When I was small, when my parents were small, the movies used to be seen in the open air. There used to be a screen on either side of the screen. Every 45 minutes, the reel used to be changed, another reel used to be put. When that became popular, some capital flew in. So the technology also followed capital, and full scale black and white movies came to be shown in theaters. When that became a hit, more technology and more capital followed. And then you had color movies, and then CinemaScope movies, 70 and so on. As technology and capital kept expanding, there came a stage where great minds started coming into the film industry. When great minds started coming into the film industry, technology and capital became mere instruments to carry the filmmaker's vision to the cinematic extreme. That's when you had Avatar, James Cameron, Rajamouli himself. So valuations simply skyrocketed after that because there was no limit to anything. You could think of anything and there's a technology ready for you to use. And so the creativity has only been enhanced due to the availability of AI. And we don't make films anymore, we only make images. So therefore, think of the kind of range that you have in your hand, you can just about create anything. So creativity is only going to be bolstered and pushed further with the use of AI and with the coming of so many techniques like metaverse and whatnot. So if you have to set up a lab for any particular field, it needs to be updated every 6 months and so on. That is how fast technologies are changing, especially in the creative industry. So AI is a much welcome thing because to enhance the viewer's experience, to enhance valuations, and to give an experience that is beyond, to bring people back into the theaters rather than sitting at home and playing games on the mobile or whatever. That's the benefit of it. And as Professor Raj Reddy told me just a few days ago in IIIT, you are carrying an Einstein in your pocket. That's the mobile instrument which is fully enabled and so on. When you have an Einstein in your pocket, then you're a leader. You're a leader in your own right. That's about as high as AI empowerment can get. And having dealt with the creative side of it, when you come to the HR angle of AI, from the HR angle, well, if you have a huge population which is not AI enabled today, then you have a problem of how to pick. And then when you have a whole entire population fully AI enabled, then you have a problem of whom to pick. So both constitute a problem. It's not easy when you have to go into that because first of all you have to understand your own production processes. And when you are at the very top in the HR, you'll have a series of subordinates, and due to the extraordinary expectations generated, productivity expectations that AI generates, so the mentor-mentee relationship between the HR head and the people whom he engages, like the Gurukul relationship or whatever, the mentor-mentee relationship may take a hit, and you have to be careful that it does not take a hit. That's essential to preserve the basic human relationships between you. AI should not be allowed. It does, we can't say that. It may happen also. But consciously, we should not allow the dilution of those kind of relationships, especially in the domestically also. Domestically, there's an HR at home also for all of us, the parent-child relationship and so on. So the children lost in their own world with an Einstein in their pocket. If the children are lost in their own world with having access to all forms of knowledge and entertainment, and if in that kind of a scenario, their minds are also packed with a whole lot of information, not necessarily wisdom, but a whole lot of information. And now, how do you deal with a kid like that? Can you tell such a kid, do this, don't do this, this is right, this is wrong? Not at all. Even if I go wrong, father is always there. That's the kind of a confidence you must, if you give your kid, then watch the magic carpet. See the kind of achievements it's going to do. So there's HR in our everyday life. In practice, we're all HR professionals in practice, in managing our relationships. So when artificial intelligence creeps in, it is going to cut into some of your basic sensitivities and the way you think even without your own realizing it. So you'll probably, all of you have to sit together and seek a solution in AI itself to sort out these matters because that's the domain in which all of you interact. So having said that, I would say that in today's world, the absorption of artificial intelligence is the most important thing, while what is going to happen to employment is a big worry. Because on the one hand, government is worried that AI is going to displace manpower in huge numbers in a country like India. At the same time, it is also encouraging the spread of AI and in a very rapid way, in a mission mode through so many things. So how do you reconcile these things? It's for the government to worry about. There are small country models where it can be dealt with, because it is the origin of all artificial intelligence is that they need people to work in aged economies which have aging population. That's when they needed more of automation to take care of the shortages of labor. But then once it became the trend, it caught on and it became thanks to the multinationals or whatever, the spread has been very very rapid. And therefore we are now faced with that problem also. The solution for that has to be found it's a very sensitive issue. That's a separate story altogether. But right now we can focus on the intelligent use of AI in the education system. Education system, yes, there is a dire need for education system to use AI, because deep down as you go interiors to the villages, towns, schools, colleges, government colleges, we still don't have good teachers. We still don't have good principals over there. We don't have academic leaders, so to say, as you go deeper and deeper into that. So that's where the AI tools come in very handy. And schemes can be, even without waiting for schemes to be devised, universities can collaborate with industry in this regard. So we at the Young India Skills University, very nascent, incipient stage. We are at a very incipient stage. And we are setting up labs in our Kandapur Mandal, the campus which is coming up in Future City, over 58 acres. There is about 80,000 square feet of lab space that is ready for our model of collaboration. Is that we give the entire infrastructure, and we also engage trainers on the request of industry, on the suggestions of industry. So industry can come forward, set up their labs, and we mobilize the students. We can undertake co-branded certification or joint certification, all kinds of short-term courses. That is a step for the future. And being a UGC 2F university, we can also affiliate universities, Section 8 companies, colleges, and so on. So our model of engagement for this critical sector is very clear. It's going to be available within a couple of months from now. And I would welcome the leaders of today who are active in this field, and also the HR executives who will be carrying the news back to their respective companies. But for the moment, let us celebrate this wonderful institution, Vnvrvjiet, and the remarkable achievements it has made over the couple of decades since its inception. Hearty congratulations, and I wish you much success, growth, and diversified growth. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir, for your inspiring words and for sharing your valuable experience with us. It is now our privilege to felicitate our guests. We request sirs to accept our token of gratitude for gracing this occasion. Now I request Sri D. Suresh Babu, President Vnrvjiet, and Dr. B. Chennakeswara, Principal Vnrv, to felicitate our chief guest, Mr. VLBSS Subbarao. May I request Sri D. Suresh Babu, President Vnrvjiet, and Dr. Parthasarthi, Head TNP, to felicitate our guest of honor, Mr. Srinivas Reddy Burupalli.
We heard some truly insightful thoughts from our speakers, and I think we all can agree they have given us plenty to reflect on.